Hello, friends, and welcome to the Honeycast. Today, I'm talking about a topic that I feel like isn't discussed very often, and it is one of the number one things that keeps my clients from getting results. It keeps them from moving down the lane, moving down the road. It is something that has to do with our will. It has to do with making a decision. And so I want to talk about that a little bit today, because what happens is when I see someone and they have a goal such as weight loss, or maybe they want to get in control of their hormones, or maybe they want to start exercising, or they just want to up level. One of the first things I ask them is, have you made a quality decision to go for this? And I will have to say 9 times out of 10, what I hear is, well, I want this. Well, I've been thinking about this. Well, I need this, but I'm not sure how to do it. I never hear, I have absolutely made a decision that this is what I'm going to do. This is who I'm going to be, and this is how I'm going to live my life. And making a decision is as easy, really, as deciding. But then what comes after that is the hard part. And so I want to back up a little bit. And when we're not making a decision about something, we are sometimes indulging in confusion. Who has done that? I know I have. When I am wishy-washy about something, or I'm not making a decision because I don't know how to do something, or maybe I am afraid of failure, then I will get into a space where I am indulging in confusion. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to eat. I don't know how to exercise. I don't know how to do this. What's the right way? There's so much conflicting information. It is such a confusing space, and there is no traction. There is no traction from that space. So I want to say, you don't have to have it figured out, you guys. You don't. But what you do need is to make a quality decision. I am going to fill in your blank, whatever that is. When you make that, guess what? Your brain will work with you and help you to fill in the gaps or fill in the blank. But until you decide something, there's so much leeway and there's so much room for, well, I'm going to do it today, but I don't feel like doing it now. Well, I just don't care right now. I'm going to do X, Y, Z. It leaves a lot of room for decisions that you might not be happy with. But when you have a quality decision where you choose with your will and your thoughts to say, I'm deciding to fill in your decision, then you are 80% more likely to obtain or get to that goal just because you made a quality decision. Now, the next thing about that decision is that you have to remake that decision kind of on a daily basis. This is what I've learned in my coaching years. I will enroll people in my different programs, and the one that I'm thinking of now, because it's my longer term program designed to help women have and gain 1% increase over a slow period, a slower adjustment, but a longer period of time, lasting results. When I talk to them, what I see is they're like, okay, there's something that happened, and either they got a doctor's report that didn't go well, or they went on vacation and they couldn't fit in the seatbelt in the airplane. They couldn't ride the roller coaster with their grandbaby or their grandkid. Maybe it's a health-related issue, whatever it is. They made the decision, I'm going to do something about it. Wonderful. Come on in. Let's do this together. And for 2 weeks or something like that, they are usually rocking, rolling. Yes, got it, doing it, love it. Then old patterns start sneaking in. And then they start questioning, is this going to work for me? Should I still be doing this? All the confusion comes in. And this is when I coach them. You have to make a decision on a daily basis of what you want. What do you want? Do you want the healthy life or do you want the unhealthy life? Do you want to move in the direction of eating well and taking care of your body and figuring out what's going on with those wackoid hormones? Do you want to feel better? Or do you want to do what your brain is telling you to do, which is eat a few donuts, don't care, this is too hard, whatever your brain's telling you. So it really is re-upping that decision even on a daily basis. Sometimes it's a weekly basis, but decision making is powerful. And when you make a powerful decision, then you get powerful results. Another thing that I want to bring up here is when your decision seems wavering, one thing that I want you to do is to go back and think about your compelling reason. Why? What is your compelling reason of why you're making this decision? So say the decision is to lose weight and to get your hormones supported. Why are we doing this? What's motivating you? What is your pain point here? Who are you wanting to become? Why do you want to do this? And I know you ladies, it's never just about you. I know that because you guys are so amazing in giving and sacrificing and doing things for other people. I know it's partly for yourself, but what is your compelling reason? And revisiting that compelling reason on a weekly basis helps you stay in the game. These are just tools. When we make a decision and we look at our why or our compelling reason and we coach ourselves on a weekly basis or a day, sometimes it's daily, until it becomes easier, until it becomes your identity. That is how you get results. That's how you stay in the game. So let's take it a little bit further. A couple things that keep us from keeping our word or keeping our decision or making a decision. Number one is we really don't know what to do. I don't like for this to hold us back because what if I said, what if you did know what to do? What if you did? Is it easier to make a decision then? Probably so. Let's just pretend for a minute that you did know what to do so that we can go ahead and make that decision, because guess what? Once you do, your brain will assist you in helping you figure out what you need to do. If you're an all in, I'm all in, I'm going to figure out how to lose weight and support my hormones. Guess what? That's what you're going to be working on. That's what you're going to find. The second thing is our brain doesn't like to do hard things. I call it my toddler brain. It's the don't want to. Yes, there's a part of us that doesn't want to give up the off-plan eating or the foods that are calling our name that give us that dopamine hit. We don't want to get out of bed early and have some quiet time and take care of ourselves first thing in the morning and move our body or exercise. We don't want to find a doctor. That feels so hard to figure out, how do I find a doctor? How do I know what I need to be doing? What's going on with my thyroid? It's our brain that gets in our way. And then third, I think the fear of failure is probably the number one thing that I see with my clients. And I definitely have fallen into this trap as well. Guess what? We are all going to fail our way to success unless you decide to quit. That is the only thing that can keep you from getting or gaining your results. So the key in the fear of failure is to accept failure is part of the process. Failure is part of the journey. Learning and growing from each failure can get me a 1% increase from last week or last month. It's learn and grow. And making peace with failing. I had to just make peace and be like, yep, come along, failure feeling. We're going to go do this anyway. And guess what? I failed miserably with Trim Healthy, with anything that I've ever done. I have had tremendous failures, but letting the fear of failure keep you from making a decision is just limiting you. So the next step after you decide you want to commit to yourself and the journey. Commitment is actually a thought or a statement that you take action. You don't have to wait to feel committed. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't suggest Normally, you create that commitment feeling with a thought. Here's my thought. Here's my commitment. I am all in for my health no matter what. No matter if I see results or I don't see results. No matter if I feel good or I don't feel good. No matter if I'm confused or I'm not confused. No matter if the scale says this or my clothes size says this. I am all in. And having a commitment mindset and practicing that, of course, you're going to have limiting beliefs and you're going to have things that come against your thinking that are going to want to turn you away from taking action. Those are going to be there. But if you know they're going to be there and you come back with a firm, I have made a decision to blank, and I am committed. When you come to an obstacle or have some type of road bump or stop sign or something like that, then you don't give up. You figure out what to do next. And the cool thing is here is you don't have to know how. We never really know how to do things first before we do them. We learn, we grow, we figure it out. I love that quote. It's figure outable. If you have your mindset right, it will be figure outable. But if you are listening to those limiting beliefs like, I don't know how, this is too hard, I've never been able to, I've never been consistent, I don't want to do this, this is not fun, or whatever all those thoughts are that go against decision and commitment, we want to align with decision and commitment by having thoughts that are going to help you feel committed and help you decide to stay in. I like to look at it like when you're going on vacation, you expect that you are going to have to stop at the stop signs and maybe there's a wreck, maybe there's a red light, maybe there's bad weather, maybe there's something that gets in your way, but you are on your way, you're on your destiny, but you might get a little frustrated, but you continue to go through those periods of stopping, right? So it's the same thing on this journey, your weight loss and health journey. Look at it like it's a destination, but the journey is the biggest part of it. The journey is where you learn to show up for yourself. When you say you're going to do something and maybe you don't do it every single time, but you're practicing doing it and you get better at it and you get better at knowing what to do for yourself. Then you begin creating that result. You begin creating the things that you want in your journey. And so if you're waiting for somebody to change, or if you're waiting for somebody to tell you to do something, or if you're waiting until you feel like, oh, maybe this is the time, I want to encourage you to examine those thoughts. And I want to encourage you to make a decision and to decide to be committed and to practice your thoughts, practice aligning with decision-making and commitment, and you will get closer to your goal than you ever have if you don't quit.